Section playoffs. The time in Minnesota where hockey dreams either live on or get put on hold to live another season. For Minnetonka, getting the chance to repeat as Minnesota State High School hockey champions now comes down to one game. Because just like every other team in the state of hockey, there are no guarantees on getting to St. Paul for the tourney. And making a dream come true gets harder every step of the way. This is Dream State.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if I was Holy Family, I would be ready for tomorrow night for sure, just because of last year.
The net, it's going to be tough now for the Skippers. Shot, the Skippers with 3 points.
Teddy scored with 3.2 seconds left to tie the game.
I'm sure there's about 7 or 8 guys on that team that have wanted to play us in the postseason really bad just to try to get us back because of last year.
Held in by Lukey, he's prolific. Lukey held it flying, the yard sale is on, the Skippers bouncing at center ice. Josh Lukey with a heartbreaker with 5:27 to go in overtime number 2.
Well, it is Holy Family couldn't clear the puck out of their zone, the puck rolled on their sticks.
Inside, Bayless loads it up, that one deflects, misses the mark, here they come, Lidke crashes down back in behind the net, spun, oh my word, he was rocked. Oh, he's banged up and not moving. Totally clean hit, but he was muscled hard into the wall. Nothing wrong with that. Now Lagerback wants a piece of Jorgensen.
Well, you see your main down and you want to kind of stand up for him, but Lutke's up now. I just think he banged his lower back against the boards, but he's being helped off by his teammates. I don't know if that's the most responsible situation right there. Well, I just hopefully it's just a bit of a shock or a bruise or something where he can come back. But 9 minutes to go, so time is of the essence.
Respond, guys, respond.
Mr. Hockey candidate doesn't bode very well for this Minnetonka Skipper team, but it was a good legal check. It was just hard along the wall.
We're going to take this to overtime, folks. We're 1 bounce away from one of these teams having a first season.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my word. For the second straight year, these 2 teams are going to OT.
Lidke doesn't appear to be available for this Minnetonka Skipper team, but we're one good shot away from one team moving on.
We've been here before against these guys. You got to methodically take the air out of them and know you're going to score from something low, right? Right? It might take longer than you want, but it will happen. Clear? It's the methodical way to do it. Somebody here is going to get a chance to bang in a rebound. Somebody get the goalie's eyes. Make sure we got a back check, okay? It's all good. You got to make sure you go in it here. Catch your wind. Then we put it on him for 8 minutes.
And 8 minutes on the board. It's going to be Lagerbach against Pianini.
Plays that back in behind. Skinner's been a Warrior, has it behind the net for the Fire. Loses it to another Warrior, and Kenny Lagerback. Pickpocketed there back in behind the net. Nice job on the Fire. And they transition through center. Doctor and Miller back. Oh, they got an edit run.
A big part of sports is life lessons. You guys know I love you. You know I'll do anything for you. So that's just not even said. Take as much time as you need to absorb this. Okay? Thought we played hard. Thought you deserved to win. Doesn't always happen that way. I think I said this first time I met you guys, that one game will never define you. Okay? And I know that's tough to hear right now, but it's just the reality of the facts. And it ain't easy. Because if you can shrug this one off within 30 minutes or an hour or 2 days or even a week, then you got to ask yourself if you've been true to yourself or true to the team. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. And I'm hurting really bad for you guys too. And I'm not prepared to say goodbye to anybody tonight, so I'm not going to. If we're going to be together, this is when you really find out if we're together, okay? So you can be upset, but you can't start playing that game. And most people are going to be looking for a reason on why we didn't win. Don't go there. It's sports. Take as much time as you need to absorb this, okay? And then we'll get out of here. Together. We're not leaving one at a time. Clear? We'll walk out of the building together. All right. See you guys in a little bit.
What do you remember from Holy Family scoring the OT goal?
I think it just took a second to sink in. Like I just kind of skated back to the bench and I was just like, wow, like what just happened? Like that was not supposed to happen. Like I never thought that that would happen.
I was really tired, so I was coming off and I thought the puck was in deep. I thought Teddy was ragging and everything. And I guess they came out faster than I thought, and then they went down 3-on-2 and scored.
I don't know, he somehow got past. I didn't really see it. Then I just saw them all go crazy, and I turned and looked up at their student section, and I was like, wow, it's really over.
I just felt bad for Glockner and all the boys too, that I just felt like I let them down.
For me personally, it was just more of a shocker to lose in the semi-final of the sections. So
it was just a shock to everyone. I skated back to the bench and saw Josh, and it's just it hurt. And I went over and saw Charlie, and he was on the ground, and it really hurt. But I was in shock mostly. More hit me after the game, what really happened.
I just kind of got tunnel vision, and I glided right by their student section. They were all pounding on the glass, and it just felt like I was gonna throw up.
And then from there, it was kind of a rough time in the locker room, taking off the jersey for the last time, just kind of sitting there with it in your hands and just wow, this is the last time I'm ever putting it on again. And that one kind of stung, and that's when I got kind of emotional after the game, that's for sure.
Oh, locker room was the hardest part. You could hear them 2 locker rooms down, just going crazy, and then we're just there. Everyone's crying, everyone's got their head down. It's just really hard.
You know, we learned that one game isn't going to define us, no matter the outcome. It's just kind of a unfortunate way to go out.
No, this team meant a lot to me. I know we didn't get as far as we wanted to, but the friends on this team, it's a pretty cool experience to have a group of brothers like this.
I'd say you learn how to give it more for the guys next to you, because it's just not about you, it's something bigger. It's not just the team, you know, it's for your town and your community, because they're all behind you and supporting you.
I'm not going to remember a lot of the games or the goals and stuff like that. I'm going to remember hanging out in the locker room and going out to eat with the guys and hanging out at each other's houses and funny inside jokes, and that's the stuff that's definitely going to stick with me longer than, you know, the games and the wins and the record and everything like that.
They have to experience the highs and lows of sports, and without losing, that doesn't happen. And those are experiences that shape you into a man, and I'm really proud of how our guys handled it. You know, this is a special group of kids. You know, when I accepted this position 2 years ago, I didn't know it's a lot different than college. In college, they're more mature, they're less impressionable. They've already established some maturity and some adulthood to them. These kids are impressionable. They need mentors, they need some love, they need some tough love, but they also need your belief in who they are and who they're becoming. And with that, with the time you put in a season and how much love and care you put into these kids, you become really emotionally attached. And what happens is you see these guys, you're setting them free to move on in life, but you also know you're gonna miss them. And that's emotional for us as a staff.
That's what makes it so great, but that's also what makes it hurt. But if it didn't hurt, you're not doing it right. I've coached long enough where I remember them in mites. Like Josh Lukey, I remember Brian was a coach back then, we're like, this guy's pretty good. You know, it's like a little mite. So to see that kind of come all the way through, see some of them climb a mountain together, like they did last year, you know, see the heartbreak like they kind of experienced this year, you know, it's a lot of emotion in that.
Obviously, with those three senior defensemen, it meant a lot. I sent them a text after the game. I take zero credit for their abilities. They were just special hockey players, and I'm gonna miss watching them play a lot.
Watching the growth of each of the kids, right? Whether it be, you know, certainly for the goalies, right? Seeing Charlie go from, you know, in the state tournament last year, and you know, he certainly played well in the state championship. Yeah, I think there were a few goals that he let up that he would love to have had back. You know, and seeing each of them grow, like he set a personal mission for himself.
You know, this year being my senior year, you know, I just know how much I'm gonna miss some of the guys.
Every year presents unique challenges. It's a different group, and with that are special moments that you create together. It's a blessing to get to coach them and, you know, pass off some knowledge to them and just try to make a difference in some kids' lives.
You know, you can't expect us to be a big part of these guys' lives for 2, 3, 4 years and then expect it to be done in a week. That doesn't happen. If you want to have a deep relationship that's meaningful, that just doesn't happen. And to see those guys kind of move on to the next chapter will be really exciting for me.
After this year, it really makes us appreciate winning it all last year so much more, just because it's so hard to do that. We can definitely appreciate winning.
And that was a great team, great group of guys, and this year we had the same. We had a great group of guys, but just fell short at the end. All these kids here are like brothers to me. It's a pretty cool experience to have a group of brothers like this.
We just had so much love and support this year, and I just have come to realize how much I love this program and love this team, so it's been an absolute honor to wear the M.
You learn how to give it more for the guys next to you, because it's just not about you, it's something bigger. It's not just the team, you know, it's for your town and your community, because they're all behind you and supporting you and stuff, so.
It's more than just hockey, it's being with your friends, hanging out with buddies, and it goes by quick, it really does. So you gotta live in the moment, cherish everything.
Give everything you got, because like, you don't know when it's going to be over, and it could be a little play that just ends your career. You could get hurt, but don't take any day for granted.
The target is on our back every game we go into. Next guy up. We've been here before.
These are the group of guys I really kind of started out with, like squirts and mites and stuff. So hockey's more than just kind of a game, you know. I'm glad I came back because it's the friendships that really matter in the end. So
we'll be the team that I think I remember most, you know, even though we won the year before, and that was such a special year. This year was just as special, but just in a different way, because I was a senior. And the entire year, I tried to, you know, take every moment and just enjoy it, because I knew this was my last year. And I feel like I did that, and I don't have any regrets.
Next year, going into playing hockey somewhere else with a different team in a different city, most likely, it's going to be different.
you have fun because you push each other because you want the best out of everyone.
These are the guys I've grown up playing hockey with since I was like 2 years old. So I mean, we grew up loving the game together, and it's there's nothing like high school hockey. I mean, you just can't beat how much fun it is.
The Green State is over!
Everybody always gives the cliche answer that what they miss the most is being around the guys, being in the locker room. But the reason everybody gives that answer is because it's true.
What's really special is being in the locker room, in those relationships. There's really nothing better than that. And so even to this day, people that we played with, you know, it's being in the room.
To win a hockey game or to be successful, right, it requires everybody in that room, you know, buying in.
Our boys met in the summer of 2011. We moved here from Arizona, and Jack went over and skated at Minnesota Made.
Grant's dad was a coach.
Yeah.
And was surprised that a kid from Arizona could actually play hockey like he did.
I moved here in 5th grade from Arizona. I grew up in Arizona playing hockey, and I really wanted to move to Minnesota and play high school hockey, and I could have never guessed that I would have come to such a great culture. I had no idea how great I was gonna, you know, enjoy every moment, and this is a really special community.
Especially towards the end of the season, we all became super close, and everyone has each other's backs on the team, and this community's done so much for me, and it's the least I can do is support them once I'm gone.
I mean, I think it's kind of surreal just to be playing with the same guys you've been playing with like your whole life. I mean, we both grew up playing in Minnetonka throughout our whole careers, so it's just special to grow up loving the game with each other, and I think the bonds that we have together will last a lifetime, so it's amazing.
Big apple there. My feet are gone. Started hanging out a little bit before the season even started. Kind of knew this kid was going to be something special, so tried to get him comfortable with the group right away.
I don't know, I didn't know a lot of the guys actually coming in. Like, I mean, I kind of knew them, but like, and now the season's like kind of over, and towards the end of the season, we just kind of started clicking, and now we're all like great friends.
I don't think there's a better way to bond with a group of guys and to play on the same team in sports. You know, you battle together, you bleed together. There's nothing better.
Every single person who supported us, whether it be our coaches, the teammates, my family, just everyone is so caring, and it's so meaningful to play for something so much bigger than yourself.
And I'm really proud to give back to the young men and girls in our program that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. And as long as that's going on, I'll be here.
For this group, you know, really set the lineage of, you know, winning the first state championship, knowing a lot of the people in the community, right? Seeing a lot of the people that you grew up with and their kids come back. It's names, it's faces, it's, you know, blue, it's M's.
If you have a Pee Wee team that's doing well, no matter if it's the AA, the B team, the C team, if they're doing well, if they're going to state, you know, everyone gets around them.
And as high school coaches, we're just kind of like a small piece, you know, at the end of a community of parents, youth coaches that have, and kids that have worked really hard to make this program really special.
Everybody cares about the same thing, right? That's community hockey, and that's Minnetonka.
Frank Brimsick Award winner, Mr. Charlie Glockner of Minnetonka High School.
In the state of hockey, we like to celebrate the purity of the game. From its outdoor roots, to community support, to players playing for the pride of their hometown. The success of a season isn't always told by the record book. And this is one year these players, the school, and the entire town can look back on proudly. Because when a big dream comes up short of the ultimate goal, it can take a while to appreciate all the little things gained along the way. But in the end, it's those little things that add up to what matters most. This group of skippers helped make history a year ago in bringing home Minnetonka's first boys state title. And this year, they poured their hearts into trying to make it happen again. Although there is no banner to hang, these players made memories and friendships that will stand the test of time. And that is something we can all look up to.
He's like, no. He's like, no. As a senior, you don't mind this.
He's hugging his mama. Give me a hug.
It's completely different.
Smile.
As
Smile.
I'm a senior.
Yeah,
your mama.
you know, we've been on the same team.
You know, you try to make analogies for kids that are simple, that don't confuse them.
If you hunt, we get pizzas, and then we all eat. Onions have layers, right, Steve? Parfaits have layers. Onions, parfaits. Bananas come in bunches. You don't buy them one at a time, you buy them in cloves of like 8 or 9 or 10.
Who's got the best shot on the team?
I'd like to say myself, but probably myself.